We are now going to reconcile a log. That is the process whereby you update the records in RadioWorks to agree with what actually occurred on the air. And normally you don't do this until the log date is passed by a day, but it is possible to reconcile in advance. It sort of begs the question of, is this really what happened, since it hasn't happened yet? Alright, the first thing we'll notice is that down at the bottom in the status bar it says logs 4. That means there are 4 logs from past dates that have been locked or saved and are therefore ready for reconciliation. So if a log is not locked or saved, then you need to do that. Here's a very simple way of doing it. You go to the main menu, down to logs, and put the date in of a log that has yet to be locked. And when we click on print, we'll find out. If the pre-log opens, then that means it hasn't been locked. So all you have to do is click save. And now it's locked. And if you were to go to that same log again and click print, it says, do you want to unlock it? The answer is no. And it gives you a chance to print the log, but we don't need to do that now. So we'll just close it. Now you'll see the number has changed to 5. So there are 5 logs. When you go to the main menu and select Reconcile, it will show you the date of the oldest locked log. And all you do here is click on Reconcile, and there is a list of the spots that were set up to be aired on the 17th on the station that was showing in the previous screen. Now, the 4 things that you can do with the spots here: first of all, if that agrees with the record, then all you would have to do is click Finished. But I recommend, before you do any reconciliation, that you make a backup, because this is not something you can redo. You can't take it back once you click Finished. So a backup is your only way to safely ensure that you won't have a problem. Alright, the first thing you can do with the spots in this screen, if you need to make any changes at all, is there a spot, one or more here, that did not run at all on that day, even though it was scheduled, whatever the reason. So let's pick one, and we'll just click on the first one here, and we'll go down to the DNR button that's did not run, and we will take it out of the record. And it makes sure you want to do it, and if you say yes, then that is gone. It updates the records, which will show that there is a spot that was scheduled that is now not scheduled and needs to be rescheduled if that's the term of the contract. Alright, there's another thing you can do, and that is if a spot ran at a different time other than what it shows here, which may or may not be an issue depending on how much time is the variable. So to make a big one here, we'll just say that this spot that was supposed to run at 10 minutes after and 25 seconds after noon did not run at that time. It ran at, let's just say it was 3 o'clock. And that's a significant difference. And now you see we've made that change so that that spot actually ran at 3 o'clock, and that time has been taken care of. Alright, suppose that a spot was replaced by another one. We click on it and click Replace, and now you get to see a list of all your spots. So let's say that Plant City Flowers ran in the place of Michelle's spot, and we click OK, and now Plant City's Flowers is at that time. You could even change the time if you needed to. But the other thing you can do is, or I should say the final thing you can do, is to insert a spot. Let's say that when the actual day is rolling along, somebody said we got to get this spot on the air. So it went on the air, and after the fact, you can, if it's a new client and they don't have a contract, you can enter all that information, get their spots screen set up, and even schedule the remaining number of spots. But if you want to insert the spots so that the affidavit will be correct, then you would click on Insert. And we can just pick anything here. Here's one that's not on the list. And what time did it run? All right, let's just say it ran at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so now you see that spot is there. So those are the 4 things. You click on a spot if it didn't run and click the DNR button. You click on a spot that ran at a significantly different time, click the Edit button, put in the correct time. If one spot ran in place of another, you click on the spot that didn't run, click on Replace, and tell it what spot did run at that time. And finally, if there is a spot that was not in the schedule at all but did get on the air, then you click Insert, and from the list you select it and give it the time that it actually ran. Now when everything is looking good, then you click Finished, and this will definitely put the log permanently out of the way that you can't open it up again. It also updates the affidavits, and the affidavits are not editable, so once you do this, the affidavit is fixed. And it will change the spot screen where it says quantity aired and quantity scheduled. The quantity aired will increase by the number of spots that you reconcile, and the quantity scheduled will decrease by that number. So we're going to click Finished. And then what it does is it takes us to the same date but to a different station, because each station is reconciled separately. So that's how you would reconcile a log, and you can continue through this until you no longer have any locked logs that need to be reconciled, and you would try to keep that up to date.